Coming up, are you looking to find investors for your new mobile game? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you a simple way to raise that money and if it's even worth it. Stay tuned. What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of appmasters.com, the place you go when you want action-packed content in the app business. And today, I got a great question from my man, True Dreams, in the YouTube comments. And he asked, how do I find investors for my game? And is it even worth it? So, True Dreams, thank you so much for leaving that comment. And this video is for you. So the first way to find investors for your game would be to, I'm gonna go to the board, that's why I'm here, to look for, I'll draw a picture for you, this, family and friends, all right, True Dreams, because if you can't raise money from your family and friends, those that love you the most and want to support you, how are you going to find strangers that are willing to invest in your game idea? So first and foremost, accredited investors want to see that you've got some skin in the game and you can get some friends and family money first before they even start considering your game. Now, it's not always the case, but if you've got a past success or a past exit, then you'll be fine. Obviously, you can go straight to accredited investors and get money that way. But if you don't, start with these guys, family and friends, okay? Now, there are platforms out there called WeFunder. I've got a future podcast guest who used that platform to raise over $100,000 on there. So WeFunder.com is the website. I'll link that into the YouTube description as well. But those type of platforms like WeFunder and even Kickstarter, they're gonna need you to push it. So you're gonna have to leverage, again, these guys, family and friends, to get the word out there and get that initial investment. And it's always key. It's one of the best practices when you're using these type of crowdfunding platforms is to have a seed. So people who are gonna support you right off the bat, because the last thing you want is to have that page be completely empty and so far from your initial goal when people see it, when strangers see it, when, second degree friends see it. They want to see that you're going to eventually hit your goal because that's going to help you. On WeFunder, it is an equity platform. So people can invest as little as $100 and get equity in your company. So unlike Kickstarter, where you're buying a product and you're backing a product, on WeFunder, you're actually getting real equity for a small investment. So it's very key to make sure you have a, one, reachable goal, and two, to get your early friends and family involved early, to say it again, to get them involved early so that when friends of friends or strangers start seeing your page, then they see that you're actually pretty close to reaching your goal. And that's what you want, right? And one of the best practices, and this is coming up in a future podcast, is to use retargeting. So when you are getting the word out there, emailing everybody you know about your new WeFunder page, well, definitely put a Facebook pixel in there so that you can run ads and retarget the people that checked out your page so that you can follow them around and let them know that, hey, we still exist and we're pretty close to our goal. Come check us out again. We're really close and we've got a great idea. The second part of your question is it worth finding those investors? Now, your mobile game, especially if you're publishing or creating a casual game, you really don't need investors, right? If you've been following my YouTube channel, trying to get featured by Apple, figuring out what monetization tactics work, then you can self-publish, because I don't believe that taking outside money is good. That's just my personal belief, especially if I'm launching something simple, which I would definitely recommend you do. Launch something simple, get your feet wet, learn the ins and outs of the app business, and then go ahead and seek outside investors, because there's a whole slew of problems that come from seeking outside investment, okay? So I personally would self-publish. So here, I will do DIY, self-publish, DIY. That's what I would do if I were you. That's why the We've seen so many great indie success stories, like my friend David Reichsholt of Color Switch, like Crossy Road, these people who have been able to do it without seeking any type of outside investment and being able to do it on their own. And the last thing I'll say is if you do end up going this route, or maybe you don't want to go the fundraising route because you're like, whoa, Steve, that's way a lot more complicated than I thought, then I would say go check out finding a mobile publisher for your game. So it's one of the great ways to do it. It's how Color Switch, they found a great publisher, Fortified Games, who got it out there, who drove millions of downloads. And because David created such a great game that monetizes and retains well, they've been able to find huge success with that particular game. So if you don't want to seek outside funding, you're like, this is too hard DIY, we want to get it featured, then find the right mobile games publisher for you. And guess what? In our next video, I'm going to share a simple tactic that you can use to find one of the most prominent mobile game publishers and really pitch them. So I'm gonna share a strategy with you in the future, but that's another great avenue for you to explore if you are trying to figure out all this investment. Let's say plan 1, getting investment doesn't work. Plan 2, you don't want to do it, or you did do it and you didn't get it featured. Well, plan 3 would be to find a mobile game publisher. So make sure you hit subscribe on this video and you don't miss that next video where I talk about how to find a mobile games publisher. All right, guys, that's it. If you're enjoying these videos, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe. And if you've got a question for me, make sure you leave it in the comments below because I'm gonna use all these comments to create new video content for you on a more regular basis. That's my promise to you. So until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Now, if you want to learn more about soft launching your iOS games, go check out this video right here up top in the corner. And if you want to check out a video on how to optimize video ads for your game, check out this lower video right here.